Hey Gateman fans, welcome into the South Coast Health pregame show. I'm Cade Crenshaw, joined alongside Cameron Ezeir as we are just a few minutes away from first pitch, where the Gateman will play host to the Cotuit Kettleers in game 41 of 44 of the 2022 Cape Cod Baseball League season. Cam, before we preview today's game, let's go back to last night, a 6-5 loss to Brewster, where the Gatemen were just that close to a victory.
Heartbreaker. For the third time this season, the Gatemen leave the bases loaded, and they only had one out in the bottom of the ninth, a one-run game. And at that point, you thought, okay, the Gatemen could swing a little momentum their way going into the final 4 games of the year. Unfortunately, a pair of outs to end that one. They leave the bases stranded, ultimately fall to Brewster. And now you got to look forward and say, you got to beat Cotuit, and you probably have to win out.
Well, you look at how this Gateman offense has performed in recent days. Their last 3 games, over 30 hits for the club, and they're finally finding their edge of power. Before last night, we had seen 4 Gateman home runs here at Spillane Field this season. Just last night, 3 alone against the Whitecaps.
Precision is there. I think these Gateman players are reading the pitches a little more, and that comes with time. The batters look great. Will Rogers, another player to mention, is someone that's come on the scene. He's had 4 straight games with an RBI. Max Anderson looks phenomenal, has 48 hits on the season. That ranks top 3 on the Cape. So you look at these players and you start to realize this Gateman team has a whole lot of talent. Can they get it done in clutch situations? That's where they've really struggled. You mentioned it, 34 hits in the last 3 games, a batting average well over 320 in the last 3. That offense can carry over into today, but like we've already mentioned multiple times, this team has to win out, so it comes with critical and clutch hitting. Can the Gatemen get it done? We'll see.
It's definitely a big-time game tonight for this Gateman team, who are still trying to make a late push into this year's playoff picture and edge out the Falmouth Commodores for that 4th and final spot from the West Division. We'll preview all of tonight's game and more coming up after this short break, and we'll be joined by our Claire Foley on the other side on the South Coast Health pregame show.
Whether a night at the tap room for pub grub, dinner for the family, or a full-service catered event, Minkle Boys Catering. Food with passion. Book your event today.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including 5th-year master's programs at curry.edu.
Welcome back to the South Coast Health pregame show. My name's Claire Foley here with Will Rogers. Will usually offensively takes guys a little bit to adjust to the wooden bats down here at the Cape. So far, you've been adjusting pretty well. 5 games, 5 RBIs, 2 doubles, a home run. What do you think has been able to help you get comfortable?
Just focusing on the process pretty much. With a wood bat, yeah, it can be a little harder. So just trying to hit barrels. A lot of the times, if you don't hit a barrel, you're out with the wood bat instead of maybe blooping a single or something like that. So just trying to find barrels and sticking with the process, knowing that it is harder to hit with a wood bat, and the guys out here are really good. So just doing what you can to stay within yourself.
And defensively, you've played mostly outfield here, but you also catch at school. Which do you prefer or feel more comfortable at?
I feel pretty comfortable with both right now. I'm definitely still working on outfield, still working on catching. Campos has been really good back there, and he was amazing for us at ASU. And I was out in left field, so it's been good to see. It's fun to watch him out in left field too. So yeah.
And did it help you adjust better here, knowing that you had a teammate in Campos once you got here?
Yeah, it definitely made me feel more comfortable. I was able to just talk to him about what it's like out here, so I kind of had an idea of what it was going to be like before I came out here.
And last couple days of the season here, what's kind of the team mindset to try to win some games, hopefully make the playoffs?
Yeah, a few games left. Just focusing on the controllables, doing what we can. Can't really control if we make it to the playoffs or not. All we can do is focus on one game at a time and focusing on our own at-bats and trying to come together as a team.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Will. Cade and Cam will be right back with more coverage presented by South Coast Health.
Each and every game here at Spillane Field is made possible by our sponsors. Let's take a moment to recognize Gateway Tavern, Coastal Orthodontics, Fairway Financial, Joanne Stevenson, Sullivan Wine and Spirits, Deb Levesque Massage Therapy, the Law Office of Mark Deshays, Office Technology Group, J&M Baseball Academy, South Coast Health, Minkle Boys Catering, 80 Makepeace, Reed Custom Soils, Soft as a Grape, Bay Motor Inn, Point Sign, Wareham, Sipicon and Dartmouth Week, Cranberry Self Storage, Village Signs, the Law Office of Lang, Exiferis and Bullard, Reedy, Kiernan and McNally LLP, Robertson's GMC, Effie's Homemade, Wareham Country Market, the Wareham House of Pizza, Robbery's Tree Service, Patty Wild, Onset Bay Association, Select PT, El Mariachi, Water Whiz, and Cool Cone. Thank you once again to our sponsors of your Wareham Gatemen.
Back with you at Spillane Field, just minutes away from the Gatemen taking on the Cotuit Kettleers this evening. Myself, along with Cam Ezeir and Claire Foley, will have the call with you tonight. Cam, let's look at this Cotuit team. An offense that sits the top of the Cape in batting average, hits, doubles. The list goes on and on and on for how just talented this Kettleers offense is. How can the Gatemen pitching staff try to rally?
They've been consistent all season long. The Cotuit Kettleers started the season 9-0-1. The biggest question on the season was, how would you stop the Cotuit Kettleers? They were so hot. The pitching staff on the offensive side, I mean, for the Gatemen, it's about throwing strikes, but also pinpointing your location. I think time and time again, especially in that Brewster loss, it was just throwing it right over the heart of the plate, not picking out locations laterally. If you're able to do that, well, then you halt the Cotuit offense, even though they are so stout. So if you're the Gatemen pitching staff, find your zone, really pinpoint it. I take it back to Jack Sullivan yesterday. He was picking out the outside corner really well. Today, the Gatemen pitching staff has to replicate that.
Well, it'll be up to Nick Hoffman to do just that. The right-hander out of Clemson makes his third appearance for the Gatemen, just his first start, though. Cam, this is a pure strike through. Over 100 career innings for the Tigers, just 12 walks at Clemson.
And Nick Hoffman is the guy that you want on the mound against the Cotuit Kettleers. Over 60% of his pitches are strikes this summer, and he just showed up a week ago. It's a player that has a lot in his arsenal. Expect a lot of good stuff, but again, you're facing a Cotuit team that loves to get on the base paths, loves to steal as well. You stop that ability, and all of a sudden, Cotuit is completely thwarted from what they do best. If you're Wareham, if you're Nick Hoffman, do your best pinpointing your location like I mentioned. I'm focusing on that fastball low because a lot of the times Cotuit will lift it above your infielders. All of a sudden they got a few on and you're in a dire situation. You keep that fastball low, even those breaking balls, you force weak contact on the ground. And I love this Gateman infield. I don't know about you, Cade, but they don't commit a lot of errors.
You're exactly right. This has been one of the best defensive groups on Cape all summer long. The Gatemen, their issue this summer has not been defensive mistakes, some of the fewest errors among the 10 teams in the CCBL. All that more coming up. First pitch just moments away, Cam. We have to talk about the implications of tonight's game. The playoff picture is just around the corner. Playoffs will start up next Thursday of next week. And the Gatemen, well, they're not in a great spot. It's a win or go home night.
Yeah, 6 points out with 4 games to go, and I'll kind of break it down in the easiest way possible, or pardon me, 7 points back or with 4 games to go. The Falmouth Commodores currently have 38 points, while the Wareham Gatemen only have 31. If the Gatemen win out, they have 39 points. All Falmouth needs is a win. If Wareham loses today, they're out as well. A tie, and we got to crunch the numbers. We're going back to college to be mathematicians, so it really is win this game and you have a chance. You lose this game and you're completely out of it.
High stakes, playoff type atmosphere here tonight at Spillane Field as the Gatemen will play host the Cotuit Kettleers. A 6 p.m. first pitch with Claire Foley, Cameron Ezeir. I'm Cade Crenshaw. We'll have the call for you on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod, free of charge. On behalf of the 9 other teams, the Wareham Gatemen, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2022 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize the Yaki Foundation, Gibson Sotheby's, Curry College, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod, Badger Sport, Zephyr Hats, Cape Cod 5 Cents Saving Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys, Massachusetts State Lottery. We will be back to you in the next inning for the second half of this outstanding list of loyal sponsors. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham and 2318 Acushnet Avenue in New Bedford. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website www.rkm-law.com.
Looking for your dream home on the Cape? Gibson Sotheby's International Realty's dedicated team of real estate professionals are ready to make your dream a reality. Don't just look for a place, discover a home. Each office is independently owned and operated. Sotheby's International Realty is a registered trademark.
Local craft beer, great food, games, outdoor beer garden, and live music. That's all at Stone Path Malt. Better malt, better beer. Conveniently located across from Wareham Crossing in the West Wareham Industrial Park. Check them out.
On a beautiful Saturday evening, we welcome you in to Wareham, Massachusetts, home of the Wareham Gatemen as they play host the Cotuit Kettleers in Game 41 of 44 for the 2022 Cape Cod Baseball League season. Cade Crenshaw joined alongside Cameron Ezeir and Claire Foley on the sidelines for you tonight on the Gatemen Broadcast Network. And Cam, well, let's simply not mince words. The Gatemen, in terms of their playoff hopes, it's win or those hopes go away here tonight against Cotuit.
Yeah, if the Gatemen win today, they keep hopes alive for now. Then you got a scoreboard watch over to that Falmouth game. They're playing YD right there in Falmouth, Massachusetts. If Falmouth wins, well, even a win today won't matter. But all Wareham has to focus on is win and you stay alive.
Tommy Troy to lead things off for the Kettleers, the right-handed hitter out of Stamford, work against Nick Hoffman, righty out of Clemson. First pitch, grounder, over to short. Fabian on one hop. That's one away in the top of the first. Cam, it's no secret what you should expect from Nick Hoffman tonight, and that's just a pure strike thrower. In his past 3 seasons combined with the Clemson Tigers, over 100 career innings, he's walked fewer than 20 batters.
And it's a player in his previous 2 bullpen appearances, this being his first start. 67% of his pitches have been strikes.
One away for C.J. Kafis, first baseman out of Miami, Florida. He showed bunt, but let a strike make that a pitch just outside for ball 1. Hoffman the 1-0. Popped him up into the infield skies. Fabian steps just in front of the second base bag from short. Quickly, that's 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Three pitches in, and Nick Hoffman has 2 outs. That'll bring up Eddie Park, the right fielder out of Stanford. A pair of Cardinals at the top of the order. Kettleers this evening. Hoffman the 2-out toss. Changeup called, strike one on the outer edge. Defensively for the Gatemen, it's Cam Meyer at third. We already mentioned Fabian's name a pair of times at short. Brian Padilla's at second with Max Anderson at first. 0-1 called, strike two just the same. Painting the outside half is Hoffman. Behind the plate is Ryan Campos. Your outfield from left to right tonight, Owen Diodotti in left, Cam Chick straightaway center, Brian Morrell in the corner of right. 0-2 outside for ball one. Park, a .250 hitter. Tonight his 23rd game of the summer. So he fouls that one away to stay alive on 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off yet again from Park. San Jose, California native. One of the many faces on this Cavalier team that's had a tremendous offensive summer. 1-2. Sky in the air, foul territory left side. Meyer ranges over from left to make the catch for the third out. Well, the top offense for the Cape is shut down in order from Nick Hoffman. We go to the bottom of the first. No score here in Wareham on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Mosquito bites and ticks. No, yikes! When the bugs get scary, just call Mosquito Mary's 866-ASK-MARY or visit us at mosquitomarys.com.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous Colossal Lobster Rolls, piled high on a grilled brioche and served hot buttered or just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal.
The Wareham-based 80 Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is the world's largest cranberry grower and the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts. The company supports organizations like the Wareham Gatemen and projects like the outdoor cranberry bog classroom that you may have passed on your way in. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
We make our way into the bottom of the first inning. We take a look at the Wareham Gatemen offense for the first time tonight. Back in the leadoff spot is Max Anderson. In the 2-hole will be Ryan Campos. Will Rogers, the 3-hole hitter for the first time this evening. Diodotti, Fabian, Morrell in the heart of the order, with Meyer, Padilla, and Chick rounding things out. They'll work against the College of Charleston right-hander and Daniel Brooks. Tonight, his 9th appearance on Cape. Just his 5th start, though. 19 1/3 innings pitched under his belt. He enters tonight with a no-decision record, a .232 ERA, with 21 strikeouts to his credit. Well, the first pitch to Anderson. Fastball in the lower half, called strike one. Brooks, a tall drink of water as well. 6'8", 245 pounds as a rising sophomore. 0-1, changeup cut on and missed from Anderson, who's just a night removed from his 2nd home run of the season yesterday against Brewster. Brooks looking for his 22nd strikeout of the summer. 0-2 punch. Fouled away from Anderson to stay alive. Remarkable the summer that Max Anderson has had, Cam. Tonight, his 41st game with the Gatemen. The 0-2 upstairs for ball one. Keep in mind, it's the Gatemen's 41st game as well.
Also has 48 hits. That leads the team by a whole lot. He stayed through the trials and tribulations.
The 1-2 pitch. In the air, shallow right center field. Park charges, and on the run, he makes the catch. 1 away in a scoreless bottom first inning.
Good sign to see for Brooks on the mound, especially because Cotuit's pitching staff has struggled as of late. In the last 2 games, they've surrendered a combined 27 hits. Now, granted, they went 1-1 during that stretch, so you pick up a win, you kind of put those hits in the rearview mirror. But if the Gatemen can get hot, as they've done in the last 3 games, it's a positive.
One away with the bases empty for Ryan Campos, the Arizona State catcher. Righty on lefty, first pitch. Hit high in the air, right field. Park takes a couple steps forward, then camps under it for the second out of the inning.
So, Cade, the wind is actually, I would say, the complete opposite to what we figured yesterday, in which it was blowing heavily from infield to outfield, which allowed for those 2 teams, the Whitecaps and the Gatemen, to combine for 5 home runs. Now it seems like it's dying a bit in the air.
6 pitches in for Daniel Brooks. He's working on his third batter. It's Will Rogers, the designated hitter, fellow Arizona State Sun Devil of Ryan Campos. Base is empty, 2 outs, the pitch. Fastball dots the outside corner, called strike 1. Rogers has been an immediate impact player for this group, .253 hitter through 5 games. And the 0-1 pitch. Off speed, up and in to even the count. Rogers was a part of the home run festivities yesterday against the Brewster Whitecaps. A solo shot for him in the third. One of 3 Gatemen to leave the yard at Spillane. The 1-1. Fastball picks up some dirt on the way in. Ball 2.
That was an RBI for Will Rogers. This just his 6th game on the Cape. He has a run batted in 4 straight.
And that's why he's found himself from the first game as the 9-hole hitter to a 3- and 4-hole guy the last couple games. 2-1 nearly takes off the shoelaces of Rogers for ball 3. Brooks 21 strikeouts to 13 walks on Cape for the Cotuit Kettleers this summer. 3-1 pitch stays high for ball 4. Make it 14 walks, the first of the evening dealt by Brooks, as Rogers takes first with 2 outs to bring up Owen Diodotti in a scoreless bottom first inning. He had thrown just 6 pitches to the first 2 batters he faced. Rogers took him for 5. Here's Diodotti. Time call from our home plate umpire to walk around and wipe off home plate. James Fasecco behind the plate. Mike Robideau over at first, and Alan Hale, your third base umpire tonight. Rogers steps off first base with Diodotti at the plate. And the 2-out pitch. Outside. Changeup misses, ball 1. Diodotti, a soon-to-be Oregon Duck after 3 seasons in the SEC with Alabama. Brooks deals the 1-0. Fastball low and inside. Ball 2. Diodotti, a native of Canada, just north of the Great Lakes from Michigan, near Niagara Falls. The 2-0. Fastball just works the inner half enough for a called strike. Count 2-1 to the Gatemen's cleanup hitter. Well, Rogers on at first, drew a walk moments ago. 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning for Diodotti. Righty on lefty as Brooks comes set at the belt. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Off speed, caught Diodotti. Count even at 2 apiece. Nick Hoffman shut down the Kettleers offense in the top half in order. Brooks looking to do quick work himself. 1 aboard, 2 away, and the 2-2. Rogers takes off, pitch outside. Harris, a gun down throw to first, you betcha. Right on the money from Calvin Harris, and that will end the bottom of the first inning. Still no score in Wareham. We'll be back for the top of the second on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game.
We want our money to work as hard for us when we retire as we did working to accumulate it. My name is Steve Anzoni, and I am president of Fairway Financial Insurance Agency. Money is just a tool to help you to do what you ultimately want to do, which is to travel, spend time with your kids, grandkids, and do other stuff. And I want to be the guy that's going to help you navigate the course of life to help you avoid those sand traps and get you onto the green and into the hole with greater financial confidence.
No score after one in Wareham as we make our way into the top of the second inning. Cade Crenshaw, Cameron Ezeir, and Claire Foley on the field with you tonight on the Gateman Broadcast Network. It's a beautiful Saturday night in Wareham, Massachusetts, as Nick Hoffman will look to replicate a very similar first inning that he had. Just 9 pitches to shut down the top of the order. Cam, this is a Cotuit offense that, when you look at the offensive categories across the Cape, they rank first in average, hits, doubles, and of course RBI. This is a Kettleers team that has just been such an offensive force through 41 games.
What's really impressed me the most is that they've done it consistently over now 41 games. A lot of teams fall off as the season rolls on. Not this one.
Carter Trice, the left fielder from NC State, at the plate. First pitch from Hoffman outside. Count 1-0. Hoffman deals. Foul tipped off the catcher's gear of Campos to even the count. 255 ball club for Cotuit. Comparatively, the Gatemen still ranking the top half of the CCBL, but they come in with a 232 team average. Over 20 points lower. 1-1 pitch. Outside and low. Ball 2. Think back to the early portion of the summer, Cam, when this Kettleers team looked like they were going to make some history, and indeed they did. The 4th best start in CCBL history. Here's a high drive, deep right field, backing up is Morrell. At the wall, it's gone. Carter Trice up and out of here. Cotuit takes a 1-0 lead in the top of the second inning as Carter Trice connects on home run number 5 for the Kettleers.
Wow, what a shot from Trice. Barreled a ball, and at first it looked like it was just going to be a routine fly ball. Carried in the jet stream. This wind has been as unpredictable as expected. Yesterday it was blowing to the outfield, and it turned that way here in the second. 1-0 Kets.
Just like that. Here's Sam Ruda, the third baseman. First pitch from Hoffman. Pitch outside, and that's ball 1. Well, Hoffman's third appearance on Cape. That's his second home run surrendered. Gave up one to Yarmouth Dennis his last time out a few short days ago. 1-0, skied out of play to even the count.
Ruda is one of the few guys that have joined this team and made an immediate impact. 3-game hit streak, already has 6 hits in just 5 games. That's what's made Cotuit so good. They've lost some really good players, but they've gained better ones.
1-1, fouled off yet again by Ruda. You're exactly right. You look at the first part of the season, that was the storyline I was alluding to earlier. 9-0-1, the start for Cotuit this summer, the 4th best start in Cape League history. But then they started to notice that moving the draft for the major leagues, here's a ground ball to Fabian at short. A little bit of heat behind it, but he still gets the throw over in time. That's 1 away in the top of the second. Cotuit leading by 1. To bring up Enrique Bradfield Jr. from Vanderbilt. They noticed with the draft for Major League Baseball being moved to mid-July for the All-Star break, well, that switched up some things a little bit, because certainly now guys that were on Cape were just here for a little bit, and then they would leave to get ready for the draft, and no team was hit harder by this year's draft than Cotuit. You talk about guys like Chandler Simpson, Brooks Baldwin, who were their top 2 hitters this summer. Fouled, or not, I should say, hit right back to Hoffman, a throw over in time, 2 away. So you lose a lot of those big-time impact players, and this is a Kettler team that had to go through a little bit of a remodel, if you will. They brought in some different guys, and Bradfield was one of those from Team USA. But no one's been hotter as of late than Caleb Lomavita, the designated hitter out of Cal. 9-game hit streak for him. First pitch from Hoffman, outside, ball 1.
Another player that was lost, Cam Collier. He was picked in the first round, and you keep piling it on with guys that had to go.
1-0, Sky to center field. Chick ranging to left center. Makes the catch on the run. That'll be the end of the inning. Well, Carter Trice gets things started early. A solo homer, his 5th of the summer. The Kettleers take a 1-0 lead. In the bottom of the second, we come back in Wareham on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Mark Deshays has been practicing law in southeastern Massachusetts for over 30 years. His primary focus is on all aspects of real estate law, including residential and commercial real estate transactions, commercial leasing, land development, land use and zoning law, and land conservation matters. If you need representation, call now at 508-993-2300.
Gibson Sotheby's International Realty is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League, offering residential sales and vacation rentals across the Cape. We help you turn someday into right now. Each office is independently owned and operated. Sotheby's International Realty is a registered trademark.
After the game, visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
As we make our way into the bottom of the second inning tonight, Cotuit leads Wareham 1-0 here from Spillane Field. It'll be 4-5-6 to him in the Gateman order. That's led off by Owen Diodotti. The left fielder, soon to be an Oregon Duck, saw 5 pitches back in the first inning. But before his at-bat could be concluded, it was Will Rogers getting thrown out at second base to end the frame. Brooks back on the bump. First pitch stays outside the fastball. Count 1-0. Righty on lefty as we get the bottom of the second inning underway. 1-0 offering. Fastball, inner half. Called strike 1.
It's the middle of the order for the Gatemen that produced 3 hits yesterday in the loss against Brewster.
1-1 pitch from Brooks. Up and out. That's ball 2. Cotuit leading by a run as Carter Trice lifted his 5th home run of the summer out of right field in the top half. 2-1 pitch, foul back into the fencing from Diodotti to even his count at 2 apiece. Beautiful evening in Wareham. 85 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Two-two, Diodotti grounds it foul just up the first base line. On the wrong side of it, though. Count remains 2-2. Not much wind in the air, just a slight breeze. That's noticeable enough, but nothing that should affect gameplay tonight. 2-2 outside. Change up. Stays away off the plate from the lefty hitter. Count is full. Brooks walked Rogers back in the first. Another payoff pitch. Diodotti fouls it away to stay alive. Daniel Brooks, 4-pitch mix. Heavy fastball, though. Roughly a 75% usage rate on that fastball that sits the low to mid-90s. 3-2 offering. Grounded up the first base side. That's a fair ball. Backing up is Capus. He under-tosses to a covering Brooks, who steps on the bag in time. 1 away.
What Daniel Brooks wants to do. He forced weak contact on the ground thanks to that breaking ball. Although, Cade, like you mentioned it, The usage rate on the fastball is high. When he goes with the break, it often tails low and forces contact like that.
Not to mention as well, he covers a lot of ground quickly. 6'8" is the tall right-hander. Here's Derek Fabian, the Florida shortstop. Righty on righty with the bases empty and 1 out. The pitch. Fouled off right side, out of play. Count 0-1.
One part of Derek Fabian's game that I've really liked over the last week, beside the 6-game hit streak entering this ball game, his patience at the plate.
Oh, 1 pitch. Cut on and miss from Fabian as he chased the fastball away. Count 0-2. Well, aside from Max Anderson, who sits third on the Cape in hits for the Gatemen, here as of late, no one's been more consistent at the dish than Derek Fabian. 5-game hit streak. The 0-2. Off speed. Shot foul back towards the Gatemen dugout on the first base side. Player who's summer didn't start out quite the way he was looking for, has definitely turned it around across the home stretch. 0-2 from Brooks. Cut on and miss. First strikeout of the evening for Daniel Brooks. His 22nd of the summer. That's 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Kettleers leading 1-0.
I like to call that a fuller fastball because of that downward motion over his shoulder. From this vantage point and from at the plate, it almost looks like a changeup. You think velocity is going to be taken off of it.
Nobody on, 2 away for Brian Morrell. First pitch. Fastball. Falls off the plate. That's ball 1. Morrell, the right fielder from Hofstra. .263 hitter coming into his 6th game of the summer. 1-0. Misses inside. Ball 2. Morrell's one of those players that you love to have, especially towards the end of the summer. An older, experienced guy. Fastball dots the outer half. Strike 1 call. Spent his freshman season at Notre Dame, then 2 years at St. John's, then this past spring at Hofstra. 2-1 offering. Morrell takes it yet again. Called strike 2, outer edge. And experience matters, especially towards the end of the summer when teams are trying to make either a playoff push or a championship run. A 2-2, cut on and missed. That will end the bottom of the 2nd inning as Daniel Brooks closes it out with a pair of strikeouts to end the frame. We go to the top of the 3rd. Cotuit leads 1-0 on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
As a proud sponsor.
Serving southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Office Technology Group has been the area's source for advanced digital multifunctional copiers since 2009. Call Office Technology Group at 508-858-5825.
Summer is here, and we are finally back to enjoying all our favorite outdoor activities. As temperatures rise, so does the risk for unexpected injuries. South Coast Health Urgent Care Centers are open, safe, and here to provide the care you need when you need it. Our 7 locations are open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Walk-ins are welcome, and having a South Coast Health physician is not required. Visit southcoast.org/urgent care to check wait times and reserve your spot today.
Two innings in the books as we head into the top of the 3rd from Wareham, Massachusetts. Cotuit leads the Gatemen 1-0. It'll be 8-9-1 due up in the Kettleers order. That's led off by Trotter Harlan, second baseman out of the College of Charleston. And he's a long, long way from home, over 900 miles from the small city of Fountain Inn, South Carolina. But he spent tonight his 17th game with Cotuit, and he's performed extremely well. A .316 hitter. As I believe we just noticed there's no right fielder. Brian Morrell jogging his way out to right field as we speak.
I wonder if Trotter Harlan was licking his chops, wanting to go to the opposite field.
You would have definitely had an inside the Parker had he hit it in the right field with no right fielder. Now all defensive positions are filled by the gateman. It's a righty on righty as Hoffman deals. First pitch, fastball, called strike one, outer half. Well, the first inning, much different story for Nick Hoffman than the second. Just 9 pitches as he sat down the top of the order in order. Here's a fly ball, oddly enough, to right field. Morrell's there, 1 away in the top of the third. So 9 pitches in the first, a 1-2-3 inning. There in the second, a leadoff homer from Carter Trice, and that's so far the difference maker in this 1-0 game. Well, 1 away in the top of the third with nobody on for Calvin Harris, the catcher out of Ole Miss. Harris, a Peosta, Iowa native. 256 hitter after he joined the Kettleers just over 2 weeks ago. 1-out pitch, changeup stays low, count 1-0. Harris, of course, part of that national championship winning team, Mike Bianco's squad in Oxford. 1-0, Sky out of play, third base side. Count even at 1 apiece. One from Hoffman. Ground ball over to Fabian at short. Off a couple hops. Second out's in the glove of Anderson here in the top of the third inning.
That's now 3 of the outs that have been recorded today. 1 in the first, the other in the second. Now here in the third that have been ground balls to Derek Fabian. For a player that's seen most of his time over at third base, it's a luxury to have Fabian over there at short. And, he got a bit of experience at that position. Now he's able to execute.
Back to the top of the order, second time tonight, here's Tommy Troy. 0 for 1 this evening. Grounded out, like you said, to Fabian at short back in the first inning. First pitch from Hoffman outside, count 1-0. Hoffman turns and deals. Changeups. Finds its way just inside the strike zone. Called in the inner half to even the count. And 1-1. Ground ball right back to Fabian. On one hop, he throws across to end the inning. A 1-2-3 frame for Nick Hoffman. And we go to the bottom of the third. Cotuit still leading 1-0 over the Gatemen on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
Reed Custom Soils is New England's leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installations and is the exclusive New England supplier of stabilized stone dust. Reed Custom Soils services over 300 golf courses and provides unique blends to fit your needs, all by experienced precision blenders. To learn more about how Reed Custom Soils can serve you, call toll-free 1-800-924-5335 or head to reedcustomsoils.com.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod. So even when you're cheering on your Gatemen at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. No trip to the Cape is complete without a trip to Soft as a Grape.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It only takes 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
Back for the bottom of the third on the Gateman Broadcast Network. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for Wareham. That's Cam Meyer, Brian Padilla, and Cam Chick. We're joined by Cameron Ezeir here in the booth. That's 3 Cams for you. It's Daniel Brooks back on the mound, the right-hander out of the College of Charleston. So far, Mr. Ezeir, he's been strong through the first 2 innings we've seen him with a pair of strikeouts.
He's done a really good job working laterally, especially on that outside corner with the fastball. Well, he punched out Morrell and Fabian in that same spot.
Meyer at the dish, a righty on righty. First pitch. Fastball, swing and miss. Chase it away did Meyer for strike 1. Meyer still a new face around the ball field, just his 3rd game with the Gatemen. 1 for 4 to start. 0-1, lifted out of play right side. Count falls 0-2. third baseman out of Georgetown. Crowding the plate. 0-2 pitch from Brooks. Off-speed line down the third base line, but foul yet again, as Meyer stays alive on 2 strikes. And what a debut Cam Meyer had just a few short days ago in a ball game at Brewster. Came up as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning in a big-time way. Connected on the Gatemen's first triple of the summer to clear the bases. They were previously loaded, and give Wareham a 9-8 lead in the top of the 9th. That would end in a 9-9 tie. The 0-2. Got on and missed. That's 3 strikeouts in a row for Daniel Brooks dating back to the 2nd inning. And now that's 1 away in the bottom of the 3rd.
All on that high usage fastball, all on the outer half of the plate.
And you look at the numbers and what the statistics say on Daniel Brooks as Brian Padilla steps to the dish. A 32% swing and miss rate for him. That's extremely high for those who don't really understand anything over 17 or 18. It's noticeable, and that's why more oftentimes than not, players in college baseball that you say, well, they're really good players, they hit for a lot of power, they hit for contact, why would they not get drafted? Look at how much they swing and miss. What's their whiff rate, as they like to say? And for Daniel Brooks, he's put up the whiff rate on a lot of hitters. 1-1 pitch to Padilla. Popped him up. Infield skies. Harlan from second base will call for it. Take a couple steps onto the stone dust infield. That's 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
I think why he elicits such a high whiff rate is that motion on his throw. I mean, a lot of pitchers, they'll work from shoulder down. Some will work a little above their shoulder. But if you watch how Daniel Brooks pitches, he utilizes all of his 6'8" frame.
Base is empty. 2 outs. Here's Cameron Chick, center fielder from Missouri. First pitch swing in foul territory over the left side. And for Cam Chick, whenever the summer does end for the Gatemen, well, he goes into quickly planning mode, getting married coming up in September. 0-1, driven into shallow center field. Bradfield races forward to make the catch to end the frame. Well, for the 3rd straight inning, the Gatemen go down in order. Cotuit leads 1-0 through 3 on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they're investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
Continuing with our corporate sponsors, we also want to recognize and thank Franklin Sports, Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Highline Cruises, Barnstable Bats, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Cape Space, Christmas Tree Shops, UFOs, T-Mobile, Boston Better Business Bureau, Fairway Financial, Rogers Gray, and of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
We make our way into the top of the 4th inning. Cotuit leads Wareham 1-0. Cam, so far through 3 innings, this has been a pitcher's duel between Daniel Brooks, who's yet to allow a hit to Wareham, and for Nick Hoffman, who's allowed just 1 to Cotuit, though it was a costly one, a solo homer for Carter Trice in the 2nd.
Both pitchers are working really well with their stuff, sequencing at a rate that, between these 2 pitchers, I don't think I've seen a more impressive start between a pair of right-handers. Both Hoffman and Brooks are working really well on all sorts of the plate.
First time through the order, Nick Hoffman allowed just the 1 hit to Trice, no other base runners. He'll now work against 2-3-4. That's led off by C.J. Kafis, the first baseman out of Miami. First pitch. The lefty hitter takes it on the outer half for a called strike 1. Back in the 1st inning, Kafis popped up on the infield to Fabian at short. The 0-1. Hit opposite way, shallow left. It falls at the feet of Diodotti. That'll be a leadoff single for C.J. Cafus to get the Kettleers started in the top of the fourth.
You don't always need to hit it with a 100-mile-per-hour exit velocity, a short little rainbow out there to left. And how about C.J. Cafus? That's hit number 27 on the season.
He stands at first for Eddie Park, the right fielder from Stanford. 0 for 1 tonight. Popped out in foul territory in the first. Hoffman deals a called strike one, outer edge. Cotuit leading 1-0 in the top of the fourth. Hoffman comes set, deals the 0-1. Park shows bunt, sends it down the third base side. It'll roll foul, though. No balls, 2 strikes to the 3-hole hitter. Oh, 2. Line out of play, third base side from Park as he stays alive on 2 strikes. For Nick Hoffman, a player who leans heavily on the fastball, roughly 75% of the time. Cafus inches off first. Here's a base hit into right field. Back-to-back singles from Cafus and Park put 2 aboard to lead off the top of the fourth.
And for Eddie Park in his 23rd game on the Cape, that's hit number 18. 16 of his 18 hits have been singles. And to have C.J. Cafus, Eddie Park go 2-3, especially after it was the departures that would bat at the top of the order, well, it's quite the luxury to have.
That'll bring up the cleanup hitter and tonight's home run hitter. It's Carter Trice out of NC State. A solo homer back in the second, his 5th long ball of the season. He's got runners at first and second with no outs. Hoffman has to work out of a jam, and he'll do a first pitch strike in an attempt to do so. A pair of defensive changes for you for the Gatemen. Now behind the plate is Kentucky's Devin Burks, and going from catcher to right field is Ryan Campos. The 0-1. Bunt over to the right side. Hoffman covers from the mound, under tosses to Anderson in time, 1 away, as both runners will advance a bag on the sacrifice.
Carter Trice, after hitting a solo shot, he's told to bunt, and he executes it perfectly for a player that was second team All-Conference USA at Old Dominion this past spring. It makes sense why he's transferring over to NC State. Just has a brain for baseball.
Cafus at third, Park at second for Sam Ruda, the third baseman out of Army. 0 for 1 tonight, a ground out back in the second inning. Ruda just his 6th game, but he's looking for his 5th RBI if he's able to drive in Cafus from third. One-0 pitch, ground ball to the right side. Padilla is there. He'll throw to first for the second out. Meanwhile, Cafus comes home to score, and the Kettleers take a 2-0 lead in the top of the fourth on the RBI ground out from Ruda.
Sam Ruda has entered this lineup and is batting over .350. More importantly, that's his 5th RBI of the season.
Park at third for Enrique Bradfield Jr., the center fielder from Vanderbilt. First pitch, fastball, finds the top of the zone for a called strike one. A pair of leadoff base hits, and then a sacrifice from Trice put a pair of runners in scoring position for Ruda to ground out and bring one home. 0-1. Bradfield lifts the bat and hands out of the way as the pitch missed inside to even the count at 1-1.
Cade, I love players like Enrique Bradfield. Spent some time with Team USA, didn't make the final roster, but back to playing baseball.
The 1-1. Hit in the air, out to left. It's out of play. That'll be strike two. Vanderbilt Commodore had an electric spring on the base paths. Stole 46 bases. He was caught stealing 0 times. The 1-2. In the air opposite side, Meyer gives chase towards the fencing. He won't get there in time. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eddie Park stands at third, 90 feet from home as Cotuit leads 2-0 with 2 away. The 1-2 up high. Count even to 2 apiece. Hoffman looking to get out of the inning with allowing just 1 run. 2-2 pitch, doused inside. Count is full. Caleb Lomavita in the on-deck circle. Bradfield Jr. at the plate and a runner at third base. The payoff, fouled off the dish to stay alive. Bradfield 0 for 1, grounded back to the mound back in the second. Hoffman will take that here. 3-2. Called strike 3, outer edge. Nick Hoffman picks up his first strikeout tonight. But another run comes across. Ruda, the RBI ground out, scores Cephas. The Kettlers will strand another runner at third. It's 2-0 Cotuit as we go to the bottom of the 4th on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Gateman Baseball is officially sponsored by Robertson's GMC, the truck professionals. Located just 2 miles away on Cranberry Highway, Robertson's GMC, we are professional grade, power like a pro.
Whether it's life insurance to safeguard your loved ones, an umbrella policy to protect your teen driver, or making sure your home is covered from storm damage, Rogers Gray is there to guide you. Insurance is more than just a box to check. Trust Rogers Gray, a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
The Gateman would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gateman players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you.
Back for the bottom of the 4th, Cotuit has doubled their lead up to 2-0 over the Gatemen. As Wareham's back at the top of the order for the second time tonight. That's Max Anderson, Ryan Campos, and Will Rogers. Anderson 0 for 1 this evening. Flew out to right field back in the first as Daniel Brooks looks to continue his strong start. He's yet to allow a hit to the Gatemen through 3 frames. First pitch. Ground ball over to short. Tommy Troy backs up 1 time. His throw across is in time. 1 away on 1 pitch in the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, here's Ryan Campos, the Arizona State Sun Devil, moved to right field in the top half of this 4th frame. A defensive switch. He still will remain second in the order, though. Flew out to right field as well back in the first. Brooks has made quick and efficient work on the bunt. 1 out off speed throw. Stays high. Count 1-0. .45th pitch upcoming for Brooks. The 1-0. Called strike. Fastball paints its way across the outside half to even the count. One to Campos. Swing and a drive, shallow right field. That falls at the feet of Eddie Park for a 1-out base hit. First hit of the ball game for the Gatemen comes in the bottom of the 4th inning. The no-hit bid broken up as Campos takes first with 1 out to bring up Will Rogers.
Well, it's a player in Ryan Campos that showcased his stuff at the dish in yesterday's loss against Brewster. Had 3 hits, and that's after he was a bit of a hitting slump.
Campos back in the rhythm. Here's Rogers, the designated hitter. Teammates with Campos at Arizona State, walked back in the first. And he's a player who we haven't seen out of rhythm yet. Has yet to play a full week of games for Wareham, but has been an immediate impact player. He's driven in a couple runs, hit his first homer in last night's loss against Brewster. Another pickoff throw. Campos back over in time. Campos 3 for 4 on the base pass this stealing efforts. A third pickoff attempt. Brooks is awfully worried about it. Rogers, meanwhile, still remains at the plate, waiting on first pitch of this at bat. Sun setting well. Half the infield covered in shade. Righty on righty. As Brooks comes home, fastball misses outside. Count 1-0. Brooks the 1-0 pitch. Rogers sees it upstairs for ball 2. Still no activity out in the Kettler's pen, so it looks like Daniel Brooks may have an extended outing here tonight. A 2-0, spike in the dirt. It goes back to Calvin Harris, and a quick ricochet off of the press box roof and back down to him. He could have had a shot had Campos hesitated to take second base on throwing him out. Instead, he held on to it. No throw was made. It's a 3-0 count to Rogers. Campos in scoring position. The Gatemen trying to cut the lead in half with Campos at second base. Kettleers leading it by a pair. 3-0 pitch. Rogers never has to let the lumber leave his shoulders. He'll draw a 4-pitch walk. The second issue tonight by Brooks, both to Will Rogers.
For a player that's been so red hot, I'm not surprised that Cotuit is pitching around Rogers' zone.
Runners at first and second with just 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. The tying run now on the base pass. The go-ahead at the dish. It's Owen Diodotti, 0 for 1 tonight. Righty on lefty for a player who connected on his 3rd long ball of the summer just yesterday. The 1-out pitch. Swinging a drive into the corner of right field. Chasing it is Park, and that is just a foul ball right on the line. That would have cleared the house on the base pass just to the right of the first base foul line. Did that miss? Could have been a huge swing for Diodotti. Instead, it's a long strike 1.
At first, I thought it landed fair, but that's just a few inches off of that right field chalk.
Count 0-1. Everyone back where they stood. Campos at second, Rogers at first, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Cotuit leading 2-0. Brooks comes set. He doesn't want to throw that pitch again. The 0-1. Liner, back of the middle base hit. It rolls into right center field. Sprinting around third. Waved home is Campos. Held up at third is Rogers. It's an RBI single for Owen Diodotti as the Gatemen come within 1 of Cotuit. The Kettleers lead cut down to a 2-1 ball game.
How about Owen Diodotti? At least 1 hit and now 14 of 19 games on the summer. And he's just come up in clutch situations. Did so with the Gatemen last summer. Well, he's continued his stride here in 2022.
And now comes that activity in the Kettleers' pen in left. For Derek Fabian at the dish, the shortstop struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. He's got men on the corners with 1 out. The tying run, 90 feet from home. First pitch fouled away. Count 0-1. Fabian out of Florida. Just finished up his true freshman season. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Fastball away is what got Fabian swinging back in the second, and Brooks goes right back to it here. Rogers stands at third base. He's the tying run. Go ahead is Diodotti at first. Fabian looking to do damage. Infield at double play depth with 1 out. The 0-2. Ground ball back the middle and off the foot of Rogers. It rolls into center field. Rogers comes home to score. Held up at second is Diodotti. It's an RBI single for Fabian. Make it a tie game here in Wareham.
7-game hit streak for Derek Fabian. He's been uber patient at the plate after waving away at a ball that nicked on that outside corner. Hell, he attacked on one that flirted with the bottom of the strike zone but still held up a little over the plate. Derek Fabian has been red hot.
Devin Burks at the dish. The first time we've seen him tonight as he came in as a defensive replacement in the top of the 4th. He'll bat in the 6 hole. First pitch called strike 1 in the lower half. Burks, a multi-hit game last night against Brewster, 2 for 4 effort. Diodotti, the go-ahead run for the Gatemen, standing in scoring position at second base. The 0-1 stays up letter high to even the count at 1 apiece. Burks, his 10th game on Cape, a .240 hitter. Runners at first and second with 1 away. Of a tie game, the 1-1 pitch. Change up, upstairs. It's ball 2. Game through the first 3 innings. Daniel Brooks didn't just look unhittable, he was unhittable. Had not surrendered one until with 1 out in the 4th. And since recording the first out, he's given up 3 hits to the Gatemen, 2 of which have driven in runs. 2-1 fastball paints the outer half to even the count at 2 apiece. Right-hander starting to throw for the Kets in left. 2-2 pitch with 1 away. Off speed, cut on, and miss. Strike 3 in the books. Make it the 4th strikeout of the evening for Daniel Brooks. That's 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th with runners at first and second for Cam Meyer.
When Daniel Brooks focuses on that breaking ball that starts about shoulder high near the batter, usually against righties, and then tails into the strike zone, that's when he's at his best. When he can't locate on that fastball outside, he isn't fooling hitters, that's when he's at its worst.
2 aboard, 2 away for Meyer, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Righty on righty, first pitch. Fastball stays low. Count 1-0. Now time is called by our umpiring crew. Looks like a ball may have escaped from the bullpen in left. Just falling onto the warning track, but Carter Trice jogs over to take care of that. Diodotti at second. He singled earlier to drive in a run. Fabian behind him at first, who did just the same. Meyer at the dish, struck out swinging back in the 3rd inning. 1-0. Line drive over to third base. 1 hops past Ruda. Into left field at a roll. Rounding third. Sprinting home is Diodotti. He steps across home plate. It's an RBI single for Cam Meyer. And the Gatemen take a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 4th.
Situational hitting, and the Gatemen are taking full advantage. Daniel Brooks has left 3 pitches over the heart of the plate, whether it be at the bottom of the strike zone or right down the pipe, and the Gatemen have taken advantage.
Mike Roberts, manager for the Kettleers, has made his way out to the mound and motioned for a call to the bullpen, with runners at first and second and 2 outs, and the Gatemen plating 3 runs in this frame to take a 1-run lead. That'll be it for Daniel Brooks. We'll take a short break and come back and let you know who the new face is for Cotuit. We come back on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP, have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights. Be prepared and contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham and 2318 Acushnet Avenue in New Bedford. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website www.rkm-law.com.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services.
The day is done for Daniel Brooks here in the bottom of the fourth as the Gatemen have tossed him around in this frame. After 3 no-hit innings, Brooks is out of the ballgame after giving up 4 here in the fourth, including 3 runs. New pitcher on for the Cotuit Kettleers is Cole Mcnamey out of Georgia Tech. He just wrapped up his 5th season of collegiate ball, the previous 4 at Wake Forest. So far this summer, a 1-0 record, a 6 ERA, 2 games played, 1 game started. That was back on July 25th against YD. Prior to that, a July 17th outing against Falmouth, and when he went just an inning of work. So 3 innings of action total, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, only 3 hits allowed, but he's only faced 14 batters, which could bode well for a Gateman team that has completely blown this one up here in the fourth.
They've plated 3 runs, and the scoring threat remains. Runners at first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth for Brian Padilla. The second baseman from UConn, who was 0 for 1 tonight, popped up onto the infield back in the 3rd inning. Righty on righty as Mcnamey comes home. Off speed, cut on and miss from Padilla for strike 1. Diodotti drove in a run. Fabian, who stands at second base, singled to score. Then Cam Meyer moments ago brought Diodotti in on an RBI hit of his own. Runners at first and second. The 0-1 pitch. Padilla popped it up. Foul territory. Ranging on it is Capus from first. He makes the catch to end the inning. Well, the Gatemen plate 3, but strand 2 as Wareham leads 3-2 over Cotuit. We'll be back for the top of the 5th on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Need physical therapy? Select Physical Therapy works directly with you and your physician to create a plan of care that meets your goals and needs with 6 locations on Cape Cod and more across the country. Select Physical Therapy is the official provider of athletic training for the Wareham Gatemen.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
We make our way into the top of the 5th inning. Wareham leads Cotuit 3-2. It was RBI hits from Owen Diodotti, Derek Fabian, and Cam Meyer that brought in the 3 runs for Wareham moments ago in the bottom half. Now how does Cotuit respond to a deficit? They'll do it at the bottom of the order. Led off by Caleb Lomavita, the designated hitter out of Cal. 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out to center field back in the 2nd. Hoffman back on the bum. First pitch for the Clemson right-hander. Got him to pop up into foul territory. Burks gives chase, but it'll find its way into the seats for strike 1. Lomavita looking to extend a 9-game hit streak tonight. He's been red hot as of late. Hoffman turns and deals. 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? Home plate umpire says yes, he did. Count 0-2. The 0-2 punch from Hoffman. Hard chopper to Anderson at first. Couldn't field it cleanly. Turnaround throw to Hoffman, who was covering the bag just in time. Great recovery from Max Anderson, who initially had a bobble on a weird hop to put away the first out in the 5th inning.
Yeah, a really smart play from Max Anderson, less on the front end, more on the back, in which he picked it up and chose to laser it over to first, having full confidence in Nick Hoffman. In that situation, a lot of the times the first baseman will try to under-toss it. That wouldn't have gotten Lomavita out.
1 away for Trotter Harlan. Popped up, right back over to Anderson, an infield fly out for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 away, this Calvin Harris looks to give some type of a spark with 2 outs for this Kettleers offense. The catcher from Ole Miss grounded out to short back in the 3rd. Base is clear with 2 outs. Hoffman comes home. Fouled off the foot of Harris for strike 1. A 9-hole hitter, an old school type approach. No batting gloves. Just picks up a clump of dirt and calls it a day. Wraps up the wrist with plenty of tape. The 0-1. Change up, stays outside to even the count. Hoffman deals the 1-1 pitch. Grounded to Padilla at second base. He bats it down, turns and throws in time to end the frame. Just 7 pitches for Nick Hoffman. Gets him through the top of the 5th and keeps the 1-run lead intact for Wareham. It's 3-2 Gateman. We come back on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Looking for a turnkey rental experience on the Cape? Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has a dedicated team of rental professionals ready to provide homeowners and guests with exceptional service. For Cape Cod rentals, nothing compares. Each office is independently owned and operated. Sotheby's International Realty is a registered trademark.
What's up, Gateman fans? Looking for Wareham jerseys, shirts, and hats? You can find all of that and more online at gateman.org/shop. Visit to get all your Gateman gear today.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
Back for the bottom of the 5th. The Gatemen lead it 3-2. And Cam, we're about to see another look at this Gateman offense after not much time spent in the top half as Nick Hoffman
sat down the Cats on just 7 pitches.
And it's integral, knowing that Wareham was so hot in the fourth. They have all 4 of their hits, all 3 runs, thanks to that 4th inning. And the second time through the order has proven pivotal. We'll see the 9-hole hitter and then the 3rd time through the order. And because they didn't have to sit for long, I think we're all hoping that the bats stayed hot.
With a lone batter not to see action at the plate in that 4th inning that saw the Gatemen score 3 and take the lead, here's Cam Chick, the center fielder transferring from Nebraska to Missouri. As it's a righty on lefty, Chick, a switch hitter, so we could see him at both sides of the plate. Cole Mcnamey back on the bump. First pitch fastball stays outside for ball 1. Mcnamey came out of the pen in the 4th, faced one batter to end it, got Padilla to fly out in foul territory. The 1-0. Fouled off by Chick to even the count at 1 apiece. Cam, the final line for tonight's starter, Daniel Brooks.
Yeah, Daniel Brooks looked good through the first 3 innings, not really there in the 4th. 3 2/3, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs all earned, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks.
1-1 offering. Stays away for ball 2. And like you mentioned, he was stout through 3. And all those hits, four hits, 3 runs, all of which were earned, all came in that 4th inning when things fell apart. The 2-1, line drive into right field. That'll fall at the feet of Park. It's a leadoff single for Cam Chick, and his first hit of the summer with the Gatemen comes in his 3rd game.
How about the second time through the order? The first time, well, this Gateman team went 0 for 8 with a walk. Here, the second time through the order in just an inning, with the 4th inning as well as the first batter here in the 5th, they've picked up 5 hits, 3 runs to show for it. Really, really impressive stuff.
Chick on at first base at the top of the order in Anderson, 0 for 2 tonight. Mcnamey, a pickoff throw, back in time as Chick. He's 1 for 2 on stolen base attempts this summer. Anderson a fly out and a ground out today. First pitch in his 3rd trip to the plate, dives low for ball 1. Mcnamey out of Georgia Tech deals the 1-0 upstairs for ball 2. And you think back to that 4th inning, Cam, especially for Cotuit, Mcnamey was a pitcher who had to get up and get warm in a hurry, because to start that 4th inning, no one was stirring about in the Kettleers' pen in left field. We made note of that. But once they saw that with 1 away, Brooks allowed 3 hits and a walk and drove in 2 runs, well, things may be starting to fall apart here. 3-0 pitch to Anderson. Outside, the fastball misses for ball 4. First 2 batters up in the bottom of the 5th for the Gatemen both find a way on the base paths. Chick, the single. Anderson, the first walk issued from Mcnamey tonight. His first of the summer as well in limited action. 3 innings prior to tonight. 2 aboard for Ryan Campos. The Arizona State Sun Devil 1 for 2 tonight. Flew out to right field back in the 1st inning. He singled in the 4th. Came around to score a run. The Gatemen trying to double up their lead. It's 3-2 Gatemen now, but runners stand at 1st and 2nd. Mcnamey will step off the rubber to reset the clock. Chick at 2nd, Anderson at 1st. No outs, bottom 5. First pitch to Campos. Fastball, called strike 1, inner half. Count 0-1. Well, Cam, it's no secret. This is a Gateman team that's fighting to keep their season alive past Tuesday night. Close the regular season, keep their playoff dreams afloat. But they will need a win tonight to do it. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Campos chopped in an off-speed outside. Count 0-2.
Two aboard, no outs. Mcnamey comes set, deals the 0-2 to Campos. Spiked in the dirt for ball one. But unfortunately, Gateman's playoff hopes are no longer in their own hands, so to speak. You hear the phrase, they no longer control their own destiny. That is up to the Falmouth Commodores and how they close out the regular season. If the Gatemen lose any of the remaining 4 games, they're out. If Falmouth wins any of the remaining 4 games, the Gatemen are out. The 1-2, hard chopper back to second. Harlan backs up, flips to second for 1. Troy, the turnaround throw to first, not in time for 2. Sprinting to third goes Chick. Safe at first is Campos on the fielder's choice. With 1 out, runners will be on the corners for Will Rogers.
Interesting approach from Tommy Troy. On the underhand flip from Trotter Harlan, he elected to spin to try to throw it over, give him more of a grounded stance. I don't think that helped him, knowing Ryan Campos is speedy.
Chick at third, Campos at first for Rogers, the designated hitter, who's drawn 2 walks tonight in his 2 plate appearances. First time, though, working against Mcnamey. Righty on righty with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, fastball chased away. Can the Gatemen score for the second straight frame after being held hitless the first 3? A 1 pitch. Off speed, hit in the air, base hit to right field. Coming home to score is Cam Chick. Holding up at second is Campos. It's an RBI single for Mr. Rogers and make it a 4-2 Gateman lead in the bottom of the 5th.
Wow, how about Will Rogers after struggling in his season debut? The next 4 games all with an RBI, totaling 5. And now he's up to 6 on the season. Will Rogers has been phenomenal. That's why he's in the 3-hole.
Rogers, the 4th Gateman tonight to drive in a run. One of the other 4, it's Owen Diodotti back at the plate. Runners at first and second with 1 away. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. We gotta do our jobs. In the dirt for Diodotti. Campos at second. Rogers behind him at first. Two aboard, 1 away. Fastball stays outside for ball 2. Mcnamey looking for a ground ball to end the inning. Meanwhile, we've got a flock of geese hovering onto right center field. My goodness, that's probably half a dozen geese. They're landing on the warning track. I don't know what Enrique Bradfield Jr. is going to do. If he's smart, he won't go near the geese.
I don't think I've ever seen this before.
7 geese, I just counted, and they're just walking in right center field. The game's been stopped. What do? Do you try to scare them off? I have no idea.
There he goes. There Enrique Bradfield goes.
Okay, they're slowly taking flight. They're still on the ground, though. Bradfield giving a little bit of run. Some are taking air, but oh no, they're dispersing further. We've got 3 in right field, and now the other 5, well, they're up in the air. Oh, the other 3 are tailing behind. Well, bye-bye, geese. They leave just as soon as they arrived, and maybe we can get back to baseball now.
Little exit stage left.
Back to the action. Campos at second, Rogers at first. For Diodotti the plate, it's a 2-1 count with 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Mcnamey comes set at the belt. Deals the 2-1. Chop foul, first base side out of play. Count even at 2-2. Two-two offering to Diodotti. Fastball in the dirt, count goes full. Grounded back to the mound in the second inning did the Oregon Duck. But laying down an RBI hit in the fourth did Diodotti. Trying to replicate what Will Rogers just did. He's at first as Rogers picked up his 5th RBI of the summer. Well, the payoff pitch spiked in the dirt for ball 4. The second walk issued tonight from Mcnamey. That'll load the bases for Derek Fabian.
Both these pitchers have been a bit hysterical on their on the pitches that really mean the most. I mean, that's now 4 issued by this pitching staff for Cotuit. It used to be one of the best pitching staffs on the Cape, and now they've fallen off a bit.
Indeed, they have. An ERA for the staff at 3.58 coming into tonight. That's right in the middle of the pack of the CCBL. Bases loaded for Fabian. There's 1 for 2 tonight. An RBI single last time up in the 4th. The 1-out pitch, cut on and missed. Strike 1 as he chased the fastball outside. Fabian's first time, though, facing Cole Mcnamey, the right-hander out of Georgia Tech. A fielder's choice, RBI hit, and a walk have loaded the bases. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2 with 1 away. Bottom of the 5th, the Gatemen lead it by a pair. Our score 4-2 Wareham. Though as the Gatemen saw just a few nights ago against Brewster, when they saw a 6-0 lead quickly disappear into a game that ended into a tie. No leads ever safe. 0-2 offering. Off speed outside. Another pitch Mcnamey was dealing to see if Fabian would go after it. He does not. Count is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball stays low. A close miss from Mcnamey to even his count at 2 apiece. Campos at third, Rogers at second, with Diodotti at first. It's Fabian at the dish. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Mcnamey comes home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fabian chases a fastball outside. That's the first strikeout of the night for Cole Mcnamey, his 4th of the summer. That puts 2 outs in the books for the bottom of the 5th. Bases juiced for Devin Burks. The Kentucky catcher struck out swinging back in the 4th. One of the final 2 batters to face Mcnamey out of the pen. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fastball left in the lower half. The Gatemen left the bases loaded with 1 out just last night to end the game in the 6-5 defeat to Brewster. The 0-1. Fastball called strike 2. Top of the zone, heart of the plate. Campos at third, Rogers at second, Diodotti at first. Another run has come across here in the 5th. The Gatemen would like to see a few more. Bases loaded with 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive, right center field, base hit. Coming home to score is Campos. Rounding third, sprinting in is Rogers. It's a 2 RBI base hit for Devin Burks and make it a 6-2 Gatemen lead in the bottom of the 5th.
Wow, Devin Burks with some opposite field pop. did a really great job staying within his hands. A lot of these Gateman players have been trying to poke it to that opposite field, but swinging for a little too much pull power. Instead, Devin Burks barreled to ball. He let the ball end up where his bat lifted it to, and that's a base hit.
Runners at first and second for Cam Meyer. With 2 away, he takes strike 1 on the inner half. The 5th different Gateman tonight to drive in a run. For Burks, that's his 2nd and 3rd RBI. 0-1 outside to even the count to Meyer. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Struck out swinging in the 3rd, but he's one of those 5 Gatemen I previously mentioned. An RBI single in the 4th. Diodotti at 2nd. Burks at 1st. 2 away in the inning. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, a big miss from Mcnamey for ball 2. Meyer, the 5th-year senior out of Georgetown. 2-1. Foul back to the fencing for strike 2. Diodotti drew a 1-out walk. He stands at 2nd. As you just heard, Burks, a 2 RBI base hit. He's at 1st. For Meyer at the dish. Two. Fastball called. Strike 3, inner half. 3 runs come across for the Gatemen. It's now a 6-2 Wareham lead as we go to the top of the 6th on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in environmental science, sport and recreation management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science. Online at curry.edu.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. We offer over 400 different beverage choices on Cape Cod to quench every thirst, and more than 150 of those are low or no-calorie options.
With competitive pay, state-of-the-art facilities, and opportunities in service, sales, accounting, HR, marketing, IT, and more, a job at Milton Cat, the Northeast Caterpillar dealer, is more than a career choice. It's a choice career. Visit miltoncat.com/careers to join their growing team.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
Well, in the 6th inning, the day is done for Nick Hoffman, the Clemson Tiger, after 5 innings of great baseball. New pitcher on is Brian Young out of Ryder. The lefty standing at 6 feet tall, weighing 185, 17 appearances, 1 start for Ryder this past spring. As a true freshman, Young posted a 6.84 ERA across 25 innings of work. The reason I mention his collegiate statistics is because this is his season debut for the Gatemen, Cade.
And for Brian Young, a player to step in, he's got big shoes to fill from the job that Nick Hoffman did tonight. Hoffman's final line in his 3rd appearance and 1st start for Wareham. 5 strong innings, 3 hits, a pair of runs, both of which were earned. 0 walks, which is just along the norm for him, and 1 strikeout. Hoffman did great work with this Cotuit offense that still presents a mighty big challenge. Despite trailing by 4 runs, this is a Cavaliers team that can battle back in a hurry. They lead the Cape League in team average, team hits, and team doubles, not to mention team RBI.
It's a Cotuit team that has that never say die mentality, and they've had it since game one, and that's what's made them one of the most impressive teams on the Cape. And you might think, okay, Wareham's playing for that playoff spot. Cotuit's already in the playoffs. They're in a really tight race with Hyannis and Bourne for those first 3 spots in the West. Right now, Cotuit's in second place. Only 1 point ahead of them is Hyannis. 1 point behind is Bourne. So points are really important for Cotuit.
Young will step in to work the top of the order, and Tommy Troy, shortstop from Stanford, first pitch to the righty hitter, stays outside for ball 1. Troy 0 for 2 tonight. Pair of ground outs, both to Derek Fabian at short. The 1-0 from the southpaw. Foul back to the fencing. Fastball to even the count at 1 apiece. Troy, no stranger to Spillane Field. Played for Wareham in 2021. One pitch. Off speed upstairs for ball 2. Cam, you look at so far the remaining roster for this Gateman Pen, which of course you enter the final days of any summer league regular season. There's going to be a lot of unfamiliar faces left on rosters, with a lot of players returning to school, getting ready for classes, and of course fall ball beginning here in just a few short weeks for a lot of these players. 3-1 the count now to Tommy Troy. And Young's just one of the many new faces for this Gateman bullpen. Players arriving day by day still. 3-1 pitch. Troy, a high drive into left. It sails foul, though. Had home run distance, just not in foul territory. Or not in fair territory, I should say.
You don't see that a lot. He pulled it way to the left side. It was hooking foul all the way, but it wasn't a pitch too much inside. Usually one that's sent in that direction way out of play over the fencing is a pitch inside. Troy has that type of pull and power.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Make it the first strikeout of the summer for Brian Young in the first batter he faces. That's 1 away in the top of the 6th.
Good pitch. He worked letter high, and it didn't work out for Tommy Troy. Almost took one to the distance, so instead of going back low, which he delivered to Troy in the early parts of the AB, went high and got him swinging.
1 away with nobody on in the top of the 6th, with the Gateman leading by 4. To lefty on lefty for C.J. Cafus. First pitch, off speed, stays up and in. Count 1-0. Cafus, an infield pop-up back in the first. He singled last time up in the 4th. The 1-0 offering falls in the dirt for ball 2. Young, the left-hander on the bump, making his Gateman debut tonight out of Rider University, native of Neptune, New Jersey. 2-0 pitch. Big cut. Big miss from Cafus for strike 1.
Really impressed with Brian Young's stuff. He can work inside, he can work high on that fastball, has a lot of ride to it. You can see how much it pops in the glove of the catcher, Burks.
Two-1 paints the outer half for strike 2. And you're right, Cam. He's got great command of the zone. Really good swing and miss stuff so far to a pair of tremendous hitters. I mean, you look at Tommy Troy. This is a player who is one of the best hitters on Cape. 330 average this summer. He sat him down swinging. He's got Cafus on a 2-2 count. And the pitch. Up and in. Ball 3. And Cafus, one of the top collegiate prospects for next year's draft. A Miami Hurricane. His first summer in the CCBL. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4 called outside. Just missing. The outside corner away from the lefty hitter was Young. That's the first walk of the night for him, and the first walk drawn by Cotuit all game.
It's what this pitching staff does really well. best on the Cape in the amount of walks allowed, which in terms mean they give up the least amount of walks. A lot of the times they force contact. Now, unfortunately for the Gatemen, throughout this entirety of the season, they forced really good contact. Over the past couple games, gotten a little better.
Young comes set and deals to Eddie Park. Line drive, base hit opposite way to left field. Fourth hit of the night for Cotuit. Second from Park. It's a one-out single to put runners at first and second for Carter Trice.
If you're Cotuit, thank goodness for Eddie Park. Showed up halfway through the season, really took that role that was voided by a lot of players that left Cotuit, whether it be by way of the MLB draft or for other reasons. Eddie Park's been a mainstay. Close to 20 hits on the summer. That's the second of the day.
2 aboard for Carter Trice. We mentioned Eddie Park has 2 of the 4 Cats hits. One of the remaining 2, a solo homer from Trice back in the second, his 5th long ball of the summer. He's got Kafis at standing in scoring position, second base. Kafis at second, Park at first. The one-out throw from Young. Foul back to the fencing for strike 1. Trice out of NC State. A native of Norfolk, Virginia. Staying along the Atlantic coast, plays collegiate ball there in Raleigh. 33rd game of the summer, a .238 hitter. 2 aboard, 1 away. Infield at double play depth with 1 out. The 0-1 pitch. Popped him up. High shot, shallow right field. Ranging on it is Campos. He'll make the catch. Runners do not tag. That's 2 outs in the top of the 6th, with the Gatemen leading 6-2.
And now it's up to Sam Ruda. Poor contact in both of the balls he's put in play. A ground out to the shortstop Fabian, and then a grounder in the 4th. That one did lead to a run, though. So this is the first time that he's facing Brian Young today.
Scoring threat, though, still remains. The tying run in the on-deck circle for Cotuit as they trail by 4. Kafis at second, Park at first for Sam Ruda, the third baseman out of Army. The left-handed hitter 0 for 2 tonight, but did drive in a run back in the 4th on an RBI ground out. 2 out, off-speed curveball outside, count 1-0. From Brian Young. A few chops over to Anderson at first. Younger tosses to Young, who steps on the bag to end the inning. Well, Brian Young's Gateman debut goes about as good as you could ask for. A strikeout to his credit as he works a scoreless top of the 6th, and the Gatemen still leading 6-2 over Cotuit. We'll be back for the bottom half when we return on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
The Wareham Gatemen would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod to the major leagues. Only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing, from the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and 50 more.
We make our way into the bottom of the 6th inning. Wareham leading Cotuit 6-2 as it'll be 8-9-1 due up in the order. Cade Crenshaw alongside Cameron Ezeir with you tonight on the Gateman Broadcast Network. And Cam, before we begin the bottom of the sixth, let's take a look around the Cape.
Yeah, so the Wareham Gatemen currently up right now. Orleans is leading Hyannis, a team that sits at the top of the West Division, 2-0. The Falmouth Commodores are up on the YD Red Sox 3-1. If Falmouth wins, Wareham is out of the playoffs, and that's your look around the Cape.
And that Falmouth game, a big one in terms of the playoff implications for this Gateman team. How is it set up? Well, the Gatemen have to win out. There's no doubt about that, but also Falmouth cannot win at any point remaining on the schedule. First pitch to Brian Padilla. It's a called strike in the lower half. Mcnamey outside. Count even at 1 apiece.
It's also worth mentioning that the Brewster Whitecaps have taken down the Harwich Mariners 8-5, while the Bourne Braves and the Chatham Anglers, it's a scoreless ball game. Mcnamey a bit wild on his last couple of pitches. He's been able to find the zone once, but not both times. Well, Brian Padilla not able to get there in time. Good play by Sam Ruda.
Indeed it was, and Ruda's been a late addition to this Cotuit team. Tonight just his 6th game of action, but he's really filled one of the voids that, well, the MLB draft created for this group.
When Cam Collier left, and he was drafted in the first round by the Cincinnati Reds, you wondered, okay, who would take his spot in the infield, and how would you be able to cover his bat? Ruda's done a great job doing just that.
One away, the pitch to Kemchick, lined opposite way. Troy on a range, his throw is not going to be in time to beat the speedy Chick up the line. Kemchick, not only does he have his first hit tonight, he's got his first multi-hit game. A pair of singles in the 5th, now here in the 6th. Back to the top of the order, here's Anderson. 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. A pickoff throw, Chick back in time. First pitch to Anderson, misses low. Count 1-0. Nebraska Cornhusker. He's really settled into that leadoff spot. 1-0, chop foul off of the chest of catcher Calvin Harris to even his count at 1-1.
Yeah, 4th straight game in that leadoff spot, and he's delivered every single time.
One aboard, one away. In the bottom of the 6th, the 1-1 called. Strike 2 in the top half. Off speed dealt by Mcnamey. He was working on his second full inning of work, faced one batter in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-2. Low in the dirt and inside to even the count. The 2-2. Check swing from Anderson, low in the dirt. First base umpire says he went. And that's the second out. In the bottom of the 6th, the 3rd strikeout of the evening to Mcnamey's credit.
Yeah, so Mike Rabideau saw it from a different angle than I did. I thought Max Anderson held up, but yeah, I don't have the benefit of looking straight on the front of the batter and seeing his swing cross the plane.
Right now, Max Anderson is swinging at a lot of baseballs in the dirt.
One aboard, that's Chick at first for Ryan Campos. 1 for 3 tonight. He singled back in the 4th. Reached on a fielder's choice last time up in the 5th. The Gatemen trying to score for their 3rd inning in a row as they lead it 6-2 over Cotuit. Two-out pitch. Campos takes an off-speed in the lower half for a called strike 1. You mentioned a little bit earlier, and we said, of course, this game means a lot to Wareham, but this game also still means a lot to Cotuit. They're comfortably in the playoffs, but they're a point out of first. You always want the 1 seed. 0-1 to Campos inside. Gets away from Harris a bit, but Chick will not move from first. So why does this game matter so much for the Kettleers? A 1 seed is up for grabs. Still with a few games left. You look, meanwhile, Hyannis in first with 48 points. The Kettleers with 47. Well, that's just a one victory away from sliding up. You mentioned earlier, Orleans leading the Harbor Hawks midway through.
Also, worth mentioning, the Bourne Braves are only 1 point behind Cotuit. So if Cotuit loses and Bourne ends up winning, all of a sudden you have a scenario in which Cotuit doesn't have home field advantage.
Mcnamey set, deals the 1-1. Fastball outside for ball 2. What is it tonight with these geese? That's the 3rd flock we've seen fly over the ball field. The first one earlier landed in right field. Took them a while to clear them off. 1 aboard, 2 away. The 2-1 to Chick. Grounded foul from Campos to even his count at 2-2.
Today, Geese Day? It was Star Wars night yesterday. Hey, you never know.
I'm not sure you could really promote that as much as you could Star Wars. There's plenty of Star Wars fans. I don't know how many fans of geese there are. Mcnamey looking for a 4-batter frame. Check at first with 2 outs, bottom 6th inning. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Make it 4 strikeouts tonight for Cole Mcnamey, including back-to-back to end the frame. Through 7 in Wareham. The Gatemen lead Cotuit 6-2. We'll be back for the final 3 innings on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape.
Milton Cat is proud to support the Cape Cod Baseball League, from paving and landscaping to recreational boating and facility management. Milton Cat has the right equipment, parts, service, and technology to keep you working. Visit miltoncat.com to learn more.
The law firm of Lang, Exifaris, and Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exifaris, and Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Back for the top of the 7th. The Gatemen leading Cotuit 6-2 as we make our way into the final 3 innings tonight. Cade, Crenshaw, Cameron Ezeir, our Claire Foley will join us later on tonight. Meanwhile, for Cotuit, it'll be Enrique Bradfield Jr. to lead things off against Brian Young. Brian Young's first inning of the summer made his debut in the 6th, struck out 1 and stranded a pair.
It's a player in Brian Young that's up against one of the best teams on the Cape, and he's showing his prowess.
Bradfield Jr. out of Vanderbilt stands in. It's a lefty on lefty for Bradfield, who's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch fastball, lying the opposite way. Backing up is Diodotti. He makes the catch in left. 1 out, top of the 7th inning.
I like how he commits to his pitches, does Brian Young.
He wants to work to the outside. You don't see him shake off a lot of pitches called by Devin Burks behind the plate. And a reminder, these two don't play collegiate ball together, so all the more impressive.
Well, they just met a couple days ago. So it's very important just to have that trust factor, especially early on in a battery relationship. One away. First pitch to Caleb Lomavita. Stays high, count 1-0. Cam, unless, of course, you base hit, walk, the line of pass to turn over. This could be Caleb Lomavita's last time at the dish tonight. He's looking to extend a 9-game hit streak. He's 0 for 2. Base is clear with 1 out. The 1-0 pitch called. Strike 1, inside corner. Fastball just dots it. Grounder, foul, third base side. For strike 2 to Lomavita. Catcher out of Cal, who's DHing tonight. Lomavita was one of the all-star selections for the Cats, one of 6 position players in last week's all-star game presented by Milton Cap, and rightfully so, a .348 hitter. The 1-2, fouled away. He stays alive on 2 strikes. One away, top of the 7th. The Gatemen lead it by 4 runs. The 1-2 pitch to Lomavita. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 in the books. Second strikeout of the night for Brian Young as he sits down Lomavita for the second out in the top of the 7th.
Working high is working well for Brian Young, whether it be a breaking ball or that fastball. So it seems like he has a little cut to it, and it's working well.
Trotter Harlan, a second baseman from the College of Charleston, looks to give some sort of a spark to this Cotuit offense. Young missed inside it up. Ball 1. This is a Kettleer squad that's tallied just 1 hit since the end of the 4th. Now on the top of the 7th. Young turns and deals the 1-0 pitch. Off speed upstairs for ball 2. Base is clear with 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch fouled away, up and over. First base grandstand for strike 1 from Harlan. A Fountain Inn, South Carolina native. Right near the coastline. Like I already mentioned, it attends the College of Charleston. Two-one pitch. Upstairs. Ball 3 up and out. Now through the first 6 2/3 innings of action tonight, Cotuit has drawn just a single walk. That was off the hand of Young back in the 6th. Trotter trying to make it a pair. 3-1 offering from the southpaw. Line drive up on a few hops to Meyer at third, across the diamond in time to end the frame. Brian Young pieces together a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch in Wareham. We'll hear from Claire Foley on the other side. We return to the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Earn a bachelor's or master's degree, complete a certificate, or take a single course through the Division of Continuing Education and Graduate Studies at Curry College. In-person and online classes run days, evenings, and weekends in Milton and Plymouth. To learn more about programs in accounting, business, criminal justice, education, nursing, and more, visit curry.edu.
as we make our way into the bottom of the 7th inning tonight, the Gatemen having themselves a day. They lead Cotuit 6-2, heading in the bottom half of the 7th. First, though, let's send down to our own Claire Foley. Claire?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, one unique thing about the Cape League is that they operate on it's not over until it's over, especially when it comes to bringing in reinforcements. And one guy who came in recently who has had a quick impact is Will Rogers. In his 6 appearances, he's had 6 hits, including 2 doubles and a home run and 4 walks. He's reached base in all 3 plate appearances tonight, his most recent being an RBI single in the 5th. And we're going to see him again in just a few moments, and hopefully he picks up right where he left off. Guys?
Thanks, Claire, and you're right. Will Rogers has been a tremendous impact player for this group, and that includes here tonight. The Arizona State Sun Devil 1 for 1, an RBI hit, and a pair of walks. He's found a way on base all 3 times he's been up.
Cade, we've talked about it time and time again with the Cotuit Cavaliers. Once their roster was depleted from the day ones, you could say, they were able to replenish. The Gatemen have done the same. Will Rogers arrived earlier this week, and so far he's made a true impact in one part of Wareham's game that has really struggled over the past month or so, critical hitting.
Well, Rogers will be up in moments, but he'll work against a new face on the mound in Jalen Payton.
Yeah, Jalen Payton, the 3rd time he's faced the Gatemen this summer. The first 2 were at the beginning of July. He showed up for this Cotuit team on July 8th. Has no record, all no decisions, a 7.71 ERA, 4 games, 1 of them starts, 4 2/3 innings of work, 2 strikeouts to 10 walks. So watch out for that in the arsenal of Payton. His last appearance was against Chatham on the 26th of July. 2 innings of work, allowed 3 runs, 1 of them earned, 4 walks to 1 strikeouts. And Cade, get this, he's never had an outing in which he's recorded more strikeouts than walks.
Gotta have the command here tonight if you're Payton, and you want to keep the Cavaliers in contention against the Gatemen. It's 6-2 Wareham as we begin the bottom half of the 7th. Leading off is aforementioned Mr. Rogers, the designated hitter out of Arizona State. A pair of walks, his first 2 times up, and then finally connected on 1, an RBI hit in the 5th. Righty on righty, first pitch from Payton is a called strike in the lower half. It'll be Rogers, Diodotti, and Fabian due up for Wareham. The 0-1. Line foul off the first base side. For Payton, he steps in, the 3rd arm of the night, in relief of Cole Mcnamey.
His final line, 2 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The exact same line from hits all the way to strikeouts. The only difference between him and Daniel Brooks, the starter, the innings of work.
0-2 pitch. Up high at the eyes. It's ball 1 to Will Rogers. The sun beginning to set in the distance, and it is a beauty of a night in Wareham. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, outer half. Well, Jalen Payton steps in and does something that no other Cotuit pitcher had done here tonight, and that's retire Will Rogers. That's 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. That's Payton. Picks up strikeout number 3 on the summer.
He's not known for that. Now 3 strikeouts to 10 total walks. Did a great job with that off-speed attacking low and keeping it about knee-high.
Base is clear with 1 out for Owen Diodotti. The left fielder, 1 for 2 tonight with a walk and an RBI. Payton the 1-0. Chopped foul up the first base side. It was off the foot of Diodotti. Count even at 1 apiece. Mike Roberts disagreeing with that call a little bit, voicing his displeasure. James Fonseca, our home plate umpire, warning Roberts on the 3rd base side. 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 3rd base s Roberts thought that Diodotti might have sold it a little bit to erase the ground ball. Instead, call remains a foul. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Diodotti, a swing and a high drive. Deep center field, back goes Bradfield at the fence, at the track, it's up and off the wall. Diodotti racing around second, he's looking for 3. The throw coming in, standing up with a triple is Owen Diodotti. His first triple of the summer, the second for the Gateman. And my, oh my, the big man's got the speed as he nearly had his 4th home run of the summer.
Luckily for Owen Diodotti, Enrique Bradfield Jr. tried to make a spectacular play, bumped into the wall, which allowed the momentum of Diodotti to take him across second, go to third, and the Gateman in business.
Diodotti at third with Wareham leading 6-2. 1 out, bottom 7. Infield in for Derek Fabian. First pitch. Fastball outside. Count 1-0. Fabian drove in a run back in the 4th. He's 1 for 3 tonight. All 4 infielders for Cotuit have their toes on the grass. 1-0 pitch. Fastball stays low. That's ball 2 to Fabian. This is a Gateman team that went 39 games this summer without a triple. They've hit 2 in their last 3. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball finds its way across the lower half. A called strike 1. Count 2 balls, 1 strike. The 5-hole hitter out of Florida. Diodotti at third. 1 out. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Off-speed breaking ball that started up and in on Fabian, then trailed away from him as the righty hitter. Count even at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. That's the second strikeout of the evening for Payton, a player who came into tonight with just 2 on the regular season across his previous 4 appearances. So that takes away the sacrifice opportunity. The infield now back to their normal standing positions on the dirt for Devin Burks. The Kentucky catcher, 1 for 2 tonight. 2-out pitch. Payton works the lower half for a called strike 1 with the fastball. Burks drove in a pair of runs last time we saw him in the 5th with a single. Diodotti tripled with 1 away. He remains at third base. Ground ball to the left side. Troy moves over. His throw across the diamond. The stretch there by Cephas in time to end the frame. Diodotti stranded at third base. We're through 7 in Wareham, and the Gatemen lead Cotuit 6-2. We'll be back for the top of the 8th on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
Tom and Jean Yockey were passionate about the game of baseball. Over their 7 decades as owners of the Boston Red Sox, the Yockeys greatly invested in youth and amateur athletics in our community. They recognized the important skills baseball can bring to players both on and off the field: cooperation, respect, teamwork, friendships, and confidence. The Yockey Foundation has been proud to support the Cape League for more than 25 years.
Joanne Stevenson with Berkshire Hathaway and Robert Paul Properties brings over 21 years of real estate experience to the South Shore and Cape Cod area. The Robert Paul Properties team not only specializes in coastal luxury properties, but proudly serves our veterans in their home search or sell process. Joanne Stevenson is your local, homegrown agent who knows the area and knows the market. Call Joanne Stevenson with Robert Paul Properties for all your real estate needs. Located at 155 Front Street in Marion.
We go to the top of the 8th. The Gatemen leading Cotuit 6-2. Brian Young will be back on the bump in moments, soon to be his 3rd inning of action from the pen. He'll work against Calvin Harris, Tommy Troy, and C.J. Cafus. That's 9-1-2 in the Kettleers order. Cam, so far tonight, a tremendous showing from the Gatemen Teeth, both offensively, 6 runs on 9 hits, but also on the pitching side, they've walked just 2 batters through 7 frames and surrendered just 4 hits.
This is the first time since early July in an 11-3 win over the Whitey Red Sox, so I can confidently say this Gateman team looks like a top 3 team on the Cape.
A group that is battling to keep their season alive, needing a win tonight to do so. Calvin Harris to lead off. The catcher out of Ole Miss, 0 for 2 this evening. A pair of groundouts in the 3rd and 5th. He leads off the top of the 8th. First time facing Young. And the first pitch, he hooks in the air in the corner of right field. It'll fall for a base hit all the way to the wall. Calvin Harris turning on the speed, holding up at second for a leadoff double for the Ole Miss Rebel.
Good contact off the bat of Calvin Harris, one that just hung over the zone. A lot of the times when you can make good contact and hook it as a lefty, it will tail down that right field line. It was away from the right fielder Campos and got down for a base hit, and Calvin Harris his first knock of the day.
And Harris not a player who's afraid to swing at the first pitch if he likes it. Big power hitter out of Iowa. We go to the top of the order in Tommy Troy. A shortstop from Stanford, 0 for 3 tonight. Pair of groundouts and a strikeout. Young deals home. First pitch, a called strike in the lower half. And I should mention Harris, Peosta, Iowa native. Well, for Troy, he's out all the way on the West Coast. Leave the Midwest and kick it out to California. Stanford product. With Harris standing in scoring position, no outs in the top of the 8th. Cotuit down by 4. The 0-1. Fastball, cold. Strike 2 on the outer edge. Troy didn't like it. Count goes 0-2. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block from Burks to keep Harris held up at second for ball 1.
You really have to watch out for 9-1-2 and following after that. Calvin Harris is a glorified 9-hole hitter. This is a player that played an integral part on a national championship winning team. He gets on the base paths. You really have to worry against the Cotuit offense that's been so stout all season.
The 1-2 pitch off the plate and out. Count even at 2-2 to Troy. Harris not only was behind the plate for a good portion of the championship run for Ole Miss, but also spent some time in right field, also as a designated hitter. I think one of the most special moments that you could have as a college baseball player, aside from just winning the national championship, is homering in Omaha. Harris did just that. The 2-2. Outside, fastball misses. Count goes full.
Well, this is Brian Young's Omaha moment here. Oh, if he walks Tommy Troy, all of a sudden you're in a precarious position.
Nick Hoffman, tonight's starter, walked no batter through 5. Young already walked 1. Here's the payoff. Foul back to the fencing as Troy stays alive on a full count. Tommy Troy's first game of the summer with Cotuit came just a single shy of the cycle, and he capped it off with a walk-off home run against guess who? This Wareham Gateman team over at Lowell Park in Cotuit. Runner at second, no outs. Top 8, a 3-2. Popped him up in the air, out of play. Count remains full. 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. If you're Carter Young, what's your out pitch?
I would go upstairs. It's worked well. It's already struck out Tommy Troy once. I'd work high and away.
Lefty on righty. For Troy, one of this year's home run derby participants in last week's All-Star weekend. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Off-speed breaking ball got him. That's the second time that Troy's been struck out tonight, and the third strikeout to Brian Young's credit.
Well, Tommy Troy was reading just what I was reading. He thought fastball up that might miss in the zone. Instead, Young fooled everyone with a breaking ball low in the zone.
One aboard, one away with a runner at second for C.J. Kafis, the first baseman from Miami. 1 for 2 with a walk. Lefty on lefty with one out the pitch. Off speed, sent in the air opposite way. Diodotti takes a few steps back, ranges to his right. He makes the catch for out number 2. Harris does not tag up from second. 2 outs in the top of the 8th for Eddie Park. The right fielder from Stanford, 2 for 3 tonight, a pair of singles. Boy, for a Cotuit team that's trying to battle back in this one late, trailing by 4 runs, you get a leadoff double from Calvin Harris with the top of the order coming up. You don't want them to leave him stranded there, as Burks will go out for a conversation with Young. The Kettleers just have to have better production from their top of the order.
Especially because the Kets, when they're at their best, all their power hitters are doing just that, hitting for power. Today, the only player to hit for power is Carter Trice. The rest, it's been weak contact that's found the holes. And unfortunately, that's not how Cotuit usually gets it done.
Lefty on lefty. Park at the plate with Harris at second. 2 away in the inning. The pitch fouled away up onto the roof of Wareham Middle School to the third base side. Count 0-1. Oh, 1 from Young. Off-speed breaking ball just misses inside. But a beautiful pitch from the southpaw out of Rider University in his Gateman debut tonight. Wareham leading at 6-2 in the top of the 8th. Cotuit looking to score for the first time since the 4th. Harris at second. The 1-1 to Park. Off-speed breaking ball misses inside yet again. Ball 2. These same 2 teams will meet again tomorrow, just at the other location over at Lowell Park. 4:30 first pitch. 2-1. Fastball up and in. That's ball 3. The Kets, a solo homer in the second from Trice, as Cam mentioned moments ago. Ruda put the second run on the board in the 4th on an RBI ground out. Trice now in the on-deck circle. Ruda behind him. It's Park at the plate. 3-1 pitch. Fastball called. Strike 2. Park was ready to toss the bat and jog his way to first. Count goes full. Time call from our infield umpire. Looks to be a ball that got away from the Cotuit bullpen and over the fence in left field. Diodotti will toss it back up, and we're back to baseball. Harris at second. 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. The Gatemen lead it by 4 runs. With 2 away and a runner aboard, they count as 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Stanford product and Eddie Park. Young comes set at the letters. Deals the payoff pitch. Fouled away once again. The second time around, the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He sets him down to end the frame. Have yourself a day, Mr. Young. The fourth strikeout through 3 innings in his Gateman debut as he strands a runner at second. We go the bottom of the 8th. Wareham leading Cotuit 6-2. We'll be back on the Gateman Broadcast Network.
Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all of the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reedy, Kiernan, and McNally, LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham and 2318 Acushnet Avenue in New Bedford. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website www.rkm-law.com. Mark Deshays has been practicing law in southeastern Massachusetts for over 30 years. His primary focus is on all aspects of real estate law, including residential and commercial real estate transactions, commercial leasing, land development, land use and zoning law, and land conservation matters. If you need representation, call now at 508-993-2300.
Well, we're in the 8th here in Wareham, Massachusetts. It's Spillane Field. New pitcher on for the Cotuit Kettleers is Max Mayer out of Stamford. This is his 7th appearance on the Cape. 6 games prior, all out of the bullpen. An ERA that's drifted above 12. 6 2/3 prior. 6 strikeouts to 4 walks. And this is a player that will really only go 1 inning of work, as Jalen Payton did out of the pen for the Kets, as the second arm out of the pen. Mayer is the third.
Payton's final line this evening, just a short outing, 1 inning of action. He surrendered 1 hit, but no runs, with no walks and a pair of strikeouts, which was a tremendous night for him. Payton, a player who came into tonight's game with a 10-2 walk-to-strikeout ratio. Usually we give it the other way around, but double-digit walks to just a pair of strikeouts. He doubles that strikeout total. Tonight's a really good outing for Payton. And after giving up a 1-out triple to Diodotti, he would strand him there. Now, it's Mayer's time. 6'2", 210-pound left-hander out of Stanford will work against Cam Meyer. 1 for 3 for Meyer tonight, an RBI base hit back in the 4th. Righty on righty, as Mayer has a hunched over stance and side armor deals in a called strike 1. Mayer on Meyer. How about that tongue twister? Bases clear, no outs as we just get the bottom of the 8th underway. The 0-1 to the 7-hole hitter. Meyer, line drive back of the middle. Bradfield won't get there. It falls for a base hit. It's a leadoff single for Cam Meyer, a multi-hit game for him.
First time this season for Meyer, he's made an immediate impact. Always a good thing when you can place someone at the bottom of the order and they still produce. Usually the bottom of the order guys are there to almost be buffers and do their due diligence. Meyer has been a mainstay.
1 aboard for Brian Padilla, the UConn second baseman, 0 for 3 tonight. The lone gateman yet to reach base. 1 of just 2 without a hit. Righty on righty. A pickoff over. Cam Meyer back in time, as he's yet to attempt swiping a bag this summer. Still in his first week with the team. Cam Meyer just in his 3rd game. Mayer, meanwhile, on the bump. Sends his first pitch to Padilla. Swing, drive out of play. Right side, it'll clear the first base grandstand. Count 0-1 to the Brooklyn, New York native Padilla. Meyer on at first, Mayer on the bump, the fourth arm of the night for Cotuit, as they trail 6-2 to Wareham in the bottom of the 8th. One offering to Padilla. Swing and a high drive, left field. Trice takes a few steps to his right in left field to make the catch. One away as Cam Meyer will return to first. One out in the bottom of the 8th. The Gatemen lead it by 4. That'll bring up Cam Chick, the center fielder, soon to be a Missouri Tiger. Heading back home for that last year of eligibility. Spent the last 4 at Nebraska, but he's from Columbia, Missouri. He's going to go represent the hometown team. 2 for 3 tonight for the Gatemen, meanwhile. Righty on lefty. First pitch from Mayer. Grounder the left side. Troy at short, flips in time for 1. Harlan over to first, not in time for 2. Chick's speed saves him from an inning-ending double play ball, as it'll go down as a fielder's choice. He'll remain on at first with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th inning.
I will say, Cade, you've been dealt a bad hand with all these tongue twisters.
Mayer,
Meyer, Chick, Caught, so many C-C-S. It doesn't matter. I mean, you've been dealt a really bad hand here.
I'll do my best to make this work. We go to the top of the order in Max Anderson, the Nebraska first baseman, teammates with Cam Chick the last 4 seasons, or for Anderson at least the last 2. He's just a sophomore. Righty on righty, first pitch. Anderson takes a called strike in the lower half. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Walked back in the 5th. Last time we saw him, struck out swinging in the 6th. 1 aboard, 2 away. In the bottom of the 8th inning. The Gatemen last effort to add on any extra insurance runs to their 6-2 lead. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, spiking up off the chest of the catcher Harris. Good block and good shuffle. Makes it a 1-1 count to Anderson. Anderson just chasing to try and hit the 50 hit club this summer in the CCBL. He's sitting at 48 coming into tonight. Mayer on the bump, looking to make quick work of the 8th. The 1-1 pitch. Anderson grounder to Troy at second. He'll flip over in time. Harlan covering the bag to end the frame. The Gatemen strand 1 on at first, and we go to the top of the 9th. Wareham leads Cotuit 6-2 as the Gatemen are just 3 outs away from a victory. We'll be back to hopefully close it out with you on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod, free of charge. On behalf of the 9 other teams, the Wareham Gatemen, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2022 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize the Yawkey Foundation, Gibson Sotheby's, Curry College, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod, Badger Sport, Zephyr Hats, Cape Cod 5 Cents Saving Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys, Massachusetts State Lottery. We will be back to you in the next inning for the second half of this outstanding list of loyal sponsors.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Well, we're back at Spillane Field. New pitcher on for the Gatemen, Nico Mazza, to close this one out, with the Gatemen leading 6-2 in 8 appearances prior, a 1-1 record, 10 1/3 innings of work, 12 hits, 8 runs, all 8 earned, 10 strikeouts to 6 walks, an ERA just a smidge under 7, and he's a player relieving Brian Young, who had himself one heck of a season debut. His final line: 3 innings of work, 2 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, and just 1 walk. Oh, well, okay, these 8 innings of pitching for the Gatemen has been quite stellar.
It really has, Cam. You walk one batter through 8. More times than not, that's going to win you ball games. And that's also just been the typical case for Wareham all season. They lead the Cape League in the fewest walks surrendered as a pitching staff coming into tonight at just 129 walks issued out. Meanwhile, the Kettleers, they've walked nearly 50 batters more. Well, the first pitch from Mazza to Carter Trice, tonight's home run hitters, foul back to the fencing for strike 1. Trice a solo shot back in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2 tonight, also laid down a sac bunt in the 4th. You know, this is also a Cavaliers team, Cam, that's been held scoreless since the 4th. And while we talk about what category the Gatemen lead the CCBL in terms of the fewest walks allowed, well, this is a Kettleers team that leads the CCBL in 4 and 5 different offensive categories, including average and hits.
Yeah, it's a bright spot for the Gatemen and what they've been able to do on the bump. And you talk about, you know, what the Cotuit Kettleers lead in the CCBL. The Gatemen have the worst pitching staff by statistics, and they're treating the Kettleers like nothing.
The 0-1 to Trice, a high fly ball in foul territory to the right side. Nobody will get there. Count goes 0-2 to Trice.
Isn't that the beauty of baseball, though? A team that's been struggling on the bump, but a team that's been red hot at the dish, it could completely flip in one blink of an eye.
Mazza trying to close things out in the top of the 9th. The Gatemen leading by 4. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3, fastball dots the top half of the zone. First strikeout of the night for Nico Mazza, his 11th of the summer. That's 1 down in the top of the 9th inning.
Control. That's one part of this Wareham pitching staff that's been missing as of late, but in the last couple of games, it's been there, and I'm loving what I'm seeing out of this pitching staff.
Bases clear, 1 out, top 9. Here's Sam Ruda, the third baseman from Army. 0 for 3 tonight with an RBI. Righty on lefty. First pitch, fouled opposite way. Up and over the third base grandstand. Count 0-1. Ruda drove in that second and to date final run for Cotuit back in the 4th on a ground out. Mazza, the 0-1. Called strike 2, fastball, works the outer edge. Enrique Bradfield Jr. in the on-deck circle for Ruda at the dish. The Gatemen leading 6-2 in the top of the 9th. Turns and deals, the 0-2. Ground ball over to Fabian at short. On a few hops from the grass, he throws across in time. That's 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Just 1 away are the Gatemen from victory. But they'll go through Enrique Bradfield Jr., the Vanderbilt Commodore, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Righty on lefty, with the Gatemen leading by 4. And the 2-out pitch. Called strike 1, opposite half from the lefty hitter. Mazza leaning on the fastball here in the 9th.
And working all over the plate as well.
Mazza, 0-1 pitch. Low and inside. Gets away from Burks, doesn't matter.
Counts even at 1 apiece with the bases empty.
Little revenge opportunity for Nico Mazza. Second time he's on the mound against the Cotuit Kettleers with 2 outs in the 9th, this time with a little bit of a cushion.
You think back to the first time these two teams met, it was a walk-off home run for Tommy Troy in the bottom of the 9th at Lowell Park. 1-1 outside. That's ball 2. And he hit it off Mazza. And that's been the only home run that Mazza's giving up in his previous 8 appearances coming into tonight. 2-1 to Bradfield. Check swing, outer half, doesn't catch. It's ball 3. Bases clear, 2 out from the top of the 9th. The Gatemen leading 6-2. 3-1 pitch from Mazza. Hard chopper to the right side of the infield. Padilla on 1 hop, throws to Anderson in time to end the game. Your final score, the Gatemen win it 6-2 over Cotuit. For Wareham, 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Cotuit, 2 runs on 5 hits with no errors themselves. It was a clean defensive game across the board. We'll take a short break and be back with you for the South Coast Health post-game show as the Gatemen pick up their 13th win of the summer, second time against the Kettleers. We'll be back to wrap it all up for you from Spillane Field on the Gatemen Broadcast Network.
Summer is here, and we are finally back to enjoying all our favorite outdoor activities. As temperatures rise, so does the risk for unexpected injuries. South Coast Health Urgent Care Centers are open, safe, and here to provide the care you need when you need it. Our 7 locations are open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Walk-ins are welcome, and having a South Coast Health physician is not required. Visit southcoast.org/urgent care to check wait times and reserve your spot today.
Reed Custom Soils is New England's leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installations and is the exclusive New England supplier of stabilized stone dust. Reed Custom Soils services over 300 golf courses and provides unique blends to fit your needs, all by experienced precision blenders. To learn more about how Reed Custom Soils can serve you, call toll-free 1-800-924-5335 or head to reedcustomsoils.com.
Want your daily dose of news? Lucky for you, Wareham, Sipicon, and now Dartmouth Week has you covered. Whether you live in Wareham or in the surrounding areas, you can count on up-to-date news on sports, schools, and even the fine arts, courtesy of the partnership between Wareham, Sipicon, and Dartmouth Week. Head to theweektoday.com and search Wareham, Sipicon, or Dartmouth for more.
Soft as a Grape has 10 retail locations on Cape Cod. So even when you're cheering on your Gatemen at any away games, stop into a Soft as a Grape store for the best Cape Cod products. No trip to the Cape is complete without a trip to Soft as a Grape.
What's up, Gatemen fans? Looking for Wareham jerseys, shirts, and hats? You can find all of that and more online at gateman.org/shop. Visit to get all your Gatemen gear today.
Back with you on the South Coast Health post-game show where the Gatemen have picked up their 13th win of the summer. They improved to 13, 21-7 with a 6-2 victory over the Cotuit Kettleers. The final lines across the board: Wareham 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. Cotuit 2 runs on 5 hits with no errors. An all-around great game for Wareham, where they saw a plethora of different players step up in big-time spots tonight. One of those players that stepped up in a big way was Owen Diodotti. A 2-for-3 night that included an RBI, a walk, and a triple. Our Claire Foley's down the field with him now. Claire?
Thanks, guys. Here with Owen. Owen, on base 3 times tonight. It was really connecting on all sides of the field for all you guys. How much easier does it make it for your team when just everybody's connecting like that?
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. Obviously, we went through a tough stretch there for a while, and it's refreshing to have everyone back on the same page and kind of playing our baseball game again.
And for you personally, when you're out there, what's been your approach in the box?
Yeah, for me, it's just been about relaxing and having fun, taking it one at-bat at a time and not taking my last at-bat to my next one. And, that's something that's tough to do, but it just comes with maturity and, playing this game.
And I know you got some autographs to sign, so I won't keep you too much longer. But as the summer wraps up, what's been your favorite memory so far?
I think everything, just being with the guys. There's the one thing that comes with this league that I think, is invaluable away from the baseball side is the relationships. And, these are guys that I think I'll be friends with the rest of my life. So it's cool to be with them every day, and I don't take that for granted.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Owen. Congrats on a great game. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you, Claire. That's our South Coast Health Player of the Game, and Owen Diodotti, and what a great night he had. Once again, the final line for Diodotti, 2 for 3 this evening, an RBI, a triple, just the second of the summer for the Gatemen with a walk, and Cam, we got the metrics on that triple, 394 feet. That's a home run in a few different ballparks on Cape.
Yeah, I mean, he put a charge into one of that deep center field wall, and Bradfield made an effort, but Diodotti was unbelievable in the cleanup spot. He talked about the invaluability of relationships. I would say he's been invaluable in this order because you can put him in the 2-hole, the 3 spot, even at the bottom of the order to anchor this Gateman team. Diodotti has been a mainstay. He was a season ago as a Cape League All-Star, and it's so good to see him back in that Gateman uniform.
Nick Hoffman picks up the victory tonight for Wareham. He improves to 2-0 on the season. In his first start of the summer, Hoffman went 5 strong innings with 3 hits, a pair of runs, both of which were earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Meanwhile, Daniel Brooks will take the loss. He improves to 0-1 after he went 3 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, all of which were earned, a pair of walks, and 4 strikeouts. For Hoffman, you couldn't ask for much more than a quality start in his first time getting the nod.
He's a strike thrower. A lot of times that comes with contact. That's why he only had 1 strikeout, and the no walks is a positive. You just wonder, what type of contact are you getting? In previous outings for a lot of this pitching staff, it would be really, really well-oiled contact to the outfield. But today, Nick Hoffman really worked the bottom of the zone. He sequenced his pitches really well. Balls on the ground that allowed his defense to make a couple great plays. Derek Fabian was active over at the shortstop position, and I'm really impressed how Hoffman relied on his defense today.
In a game that lasted 2 hours and 27 minutes, the Gatemen get it done. They top Cotuit 6-2 this evening. For the Gatemen, RBIs tonight from Will Rogers, Diodotti, as we already mentioned, Derek Fabian as well. Cam Meyer got in on the mix, but Devin Burks led the way. A 2 RBI single back in the 5th inning for the Kentucky catcher. So a pair of RBIs for Burks and a multi-hit game for him. Well, that'll wrap it up for us tonight from Spillane Field. These same 2 teams will be back at it tomorrow, a 4:30 p.m. first pitch there in Cotuit. As we'll be back with you tomorrow at 4:30. For Claire Foley, I'm Cade Crenshaw, and Cameron Ezeir joining me here in the booth. Your final score, Wareham defeats Cotuit 6-2. Until tomorrow, thank you all for tuning in to tonight's edition of Gateman Baseball. And until next time, as always, remember to smile. Good night.